Okay, so we know that Encore is the largest energy delivery company in Texas. However, we have found that many of our end-use customers are unaware of Encore's role in the Texas electric market. Nonetheless, we know that customers have increased expectations when it comes to service, transparency, and access to Encore and their account information. As a result, Encore has reemphasized and elevated its focus on increasing digital performance and educating the customer to improve our customer experience and brand satisfaction. You can go to the next slide. So we are an electric delivery company in operation for over 100 years, but never more so than today, we are in the customer business. Digital transformation is not for us to be able to serve the customer of the future. It's imperative for how we serve today's customer and their modern ways of interacting with those whom they do business. And we all know this because we are customers of businesses ourselves, and we interact across a wide variety of channels and platforms with those businesses. Having options extends our ability to provide a greater number of good customer experiences. Customers increasingly expect a seamless experience. A single weakness can impact brand perception and customer retention. We can go to the next slide, Dina. So what investments and efforts has Encore undertaken to enable today's customers' ownership culture and today's digital explosion? We recognized that high-level leadership around the customer was necessary. We deployed digital metering and immediately began integration across our systems environment in order to leverage its benefits beyond its core functions. We deployed early digital advances like enhanced outage maps and outage texting. We reinvigorated people and processes capabilities like pods and customer outage experience, and modernized our technology platforms and networks. For over a decade, we have worked across people, processes, and technology, all with a variety of solid benefits to our operations, our stakeholders, and most importantly, customers. Next slide, Dina. So we decided that focusing on 5 key areas would enable Encore to develop the capabilities and the mindset to retain today's customers and attract the next generation of our customers. Those 5 priority focus areas are the More Power to You program, which essentially encourages customer engagement in every role within the company. Tone at the top, because culture change requires strong, visible, accountable leadership. Going digital. We'll talk a little bit more about our digital strategy here a little bit next. Advancements. So advancements in advanced analytics, automation, AI, and the people who can perform around it. And then finally, transformation. Using institutional knowledge about how our processes work to align work and roles with the ends in mind, while also paying attention to safety, efficiency, and scale. We can go to the next slide, Dina. So what does our digital strategy look like? Becoming digital by default doesn't just mean providing our customers with digital solutions. It starts with ensuring our own ways of working take advantage of the digital revolution. As the more efficient we are, the more effective we can be serving our customers. So some examples of our digital strategy include modernized technologies, creating a mobile-centric architecture, which entails designing an omni-channel experience that leverages mobile capabilities to enhance the employee and customer experience, data proliferation, as I mentioned before, advanced analytics, and ways of working. Modernizing how your operating model is organized and how people work together is key to become smarter and faster in collaborating, making decisions, and delivering solutions on a day-to-day basis. So with that, let's now talk about some of the innovative ways we've leveraged technology to provide a better experience for our customers. You can go to the next slide, Dina. Hopefully most of you are familiar with our PowerHub app. It's our employee app, and it not only enables our employees to quickly assist customers with various questions and work requests, but it allows employees to do that wherever they meet the customer. So that could be on the job, at the store, or even at a soccer game. Additionally, it allows us to share company updates and other information with our employees on their mobile devices. We're putting info that we can access in a variety of different places and putting it at their fingertips in one mobile place. Next slide, Dina. One of our newest customer tools, which was launched this past September, is the Powered by Encore portal. It's an online portal that provides our commercial customers with around-the-clock access to their detailed premise information. The portal provides a sense of self-service for our business customers by proactively providing real-time access to data on their accounts, such as information regarding work requests, usage history, current and historical outage information, and so much more. Next slide, Deanna. So how do you provide the info that customers need at their fingertips as you did for employees? Our answer was the development of our mobile application, MyOnCore. The MyOnCore app allows customers to report a service disruption and check their status with real-time updates, report a streetlight outage, make and follow the progress of new service requests, view our outage map, and get the latest news about OnCore and more. Next slide, Dina. We have also recently modernized our web presence to offer our customers a richer, more user-friendly experience, which also included an enhancement to our outage map, making it more interactive and providing more valuable information. With that, I'll now hand it over to Amanda Townsend, and she'll share additional digital tools and platforms OnCore has developed to enhance our customer engagement.
Thank you, April. We can go to the next slide, please. So one of the really cool things that we've been able to implement as a company over the past year is OnCore's Friday Night Football. So if you're a true Texan, you know there's nothing more important than football season around here. And so our own Jen Myers has been able to create custom football game day weather forecasts that can play at the different football stadiums. This has really helped increase our brand image and our reach to customers. It's also improved our social media following, as well as helping customers connect with us in a new way. Next slide. Customer 360 has been a work in progress over the past couple of years. This platform was originally designed as a way to bring data from various systems all into one place to give you a visual way to truly see a customer's premise and what's happening. This was originally designed to help contact center agents, but has been improved through multiple iterations and really is now applicable for anybody in the company to be able to use to see what's going on at a specific address, how orders are proceeding, outage information, or even to submit an outage report. There was a separate session earlier this week on Customer C360, and so if you have the opportunity, I encourage you to go back and look at that session to learn more about this great tool. Next slide. Proactive customer notifications is really a great way to meet our customers' expectations. If you think about it, it's really more impactful if a customer never has to contact us and we're able to tell them what they need, when they need it, and tell them when we're going to be able to fulfill that need. So we've been able to leverage the MyOnCore Alerts platform for more than just outage notifications. Last year, we rolled out the ability to send out meter change notifications. So if we come across a non-communicating meter, we're now able to let that customer know that we're going to be in their area and may need access to their meter to perform some work. This ensures that they know that OnCore is going to be there, that it's really us, and allows them also to contact us if they have any questions proactively, such as, hey, here's the code for my gate, or can I please be home, or do I need to move my dog or animals? These are all great ways that we're able to help a customer proactively know what to expect so that we can provide a better level of service. Next slide. So the MyOnCore Alerts platform has been a work in progress since 2013. Originally in 2013, this platform allowed customers to text the word out to report their outage. We would be able to have a list of standard commands to communicate back and forth. In 2016, we rolled out the ability to integrate with OMS and AMS information to proactively tell a customer when they're experiencing a power outage. We also can proactively send them notifications about their estimated time for power to return, as well as when their power has been restored. This information has been incredibly valuable to customers allowing them to make choices and decisions based off of the information that we can provide them. They don't have to sit on the phone and wait to speak with somebody. They don't have to try to navigate through a website. That information is being proactively sent to them. As I mentioned earlier, the MyOnCore platform does more than just outages. It does even more than just meter change notifications. We're able to notify customers when they are having, when they have a move-in or a move-out order, as well as some other different service orders that we can keep them up to date on. Next slide. Photo collection, which we also call WUPIT, was something that we rolled out a few years ago and continue to evolve in different iterations. The photo collection tool has been really important for dock operators. What happens is a customer can call and report a hazardous event, something like a down power line. An agent's able to go through some safety scripting and then ask if they'd like to receive a one-time text message. That text message will contain a link that has a user interface that provides, again, safety messaging and warnings in a very user-friendly way. The customer can then take pictures or upload pictures using that link. Those pictures go into DMS reports, and operators are able to see those pictures. It's helping them prioritize events to make sure that we get first responders to the right place at the right time. It's also allowing for a portion of work orders to be created remotely, or allowing us to remotely be able to isolate and remove power from areas until we can get somebody out there. We also have noticed that about 21% of the events that come in with pictures clearly depict that it's cable or other types of communication cables. And that information has been valuable as well. And we call the customer back and let them know what we've been able to determine based off of their photos. This process has received a lot of great reviews from customers, and it has really improved the efficiency of the dock operator's ability to dispatch events. Next slide. Our social media strategy as a company is one of the most robust in the nation. We have 24/7 live monitoring by contact center agents. Most inquiries that we receive, either via direct message or at an app mention, we are able to respond to in 15 minutes or less. In 2020, we responded to over 17,000 messages. We use a tool that helps us aggregate all of the inbound communications across multiple social media channels, including Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, the top 3 big ones. Through this, we're able to determine what the customer needs and respond to them just as we would in a chat conversation. Our social media strategy is one of the strongest from all the utilities that I've been able to speak with on this. They look to OnCore as an example on how we can really help customers on this emerging digital channel, because this is the way that a lot of the next generation prefers to communicate. Next slide. This past year, we were able to really create a new segment around our valuable business customers. With this, we are able to identify a valuable business customer and treat them a little bit differently. We want to make sure that they get that urgent response and that they can achieve everything that they need to in one contact. As you know, things like power outages and service requests have a different impact on a business customer than it may a residential customer. So this is really allowed through training and access to information to empower our contact center agents as well as our employees to serve that customer segment in a new and improved way. Next slide. Back to you, April.
Thank you. So real quickly, while we track a number of categories over our customer satisfaction, we pulled just a couple here just to show as a result of recent advances, we've seen improvements across our trust, support, and service. So with that, I will hand it back over to Dina for any questions and any questions that you guys may have.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, I'm just constantly amazed. I know everyone is about the advancements and the way that you guys just reach out and touch our customers. It's so great. We do have some questions here. So here's one of the questions. What enhancements do you see coming as a result of the recent storm?
Yeah, so I'll take first stab at that. April,
Yeah.
feel free to chime in. So a few of the things that we are already looking at is we stress test all of our systems for volume. Most of our platforms performed extremely well, but we will be continuing to work with our vendors to make sure that we have the bandwidth needed to support the level of activity that we saw in this last big storm. We also are looking at ways that we can improve our proactive communications, either by leveraging storm banners, push notifications, all those sorts of avenues to better inform and keep customers up to date on what's happening.
Yeah, I'll just reiterate some of those same things is that, any new platform, any new tool we introduce, we do stress testing, but no one could have imagined that we would have a million, people trying to access one channel at one time. So we'll definitely be looking into that. So a hardening of some of those systems. But I do know there's a lot of conversations that are going on right now. So I think in the coming weeks, we'll know more about what are going to be some of our new opportunities when it comes as a result of the storm.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Here is another question. Do you feel like the pandemic has encouraged the use of digital platforms?
Yes, definitely. We've done a little bit of analytics around this, and our outside of any storm signups, because that's a bit of an exceptional event, what we were seeing is with before March 13th compared to after March 13th, an increase of approximately 15% on a monthly basis of enrollment into the My OnCore Alerts program. So with people working from home, people care a little bit more. They want more information. A power outage at their home impacts their work. It impacts their child's schoolwork. So we're continuing to see that digital engagement trend increase.
Sorry, I'm fighting my mute button there. Okay, great. Thank you for answering that. Did feedback or metrics from My OnCore or other apps inform any of the features of Customer 360?
Do they inform? Can you repeat the question?
Did feedback and metrics from My OnCore or other apps inform any of the features of Customer 360?
Oh, did it influence any of the features for Customer 360?
Yeah, I read that poorly. Yes.
No, that's fine. No, that's fine. I'll let you take that, Amanda, if you guys kind of.
Yeah, so Customer 360 has been a really great tool because it has been an agile build, allowing us to create new requirements, new wish list items per se, and prioritize those and release them into new iterations. That list comes from a lot of sources, and in fact, we're going to be putting together a team here soon to expand and make sure that we're reaching all parts of the company to see how C360 can help them in their roles. But as far as direct feedback from the app and other applications, yes, definitely. So we're looking at what do employees need access to the most? What are kind of those quick and easy answers that if you could just pull up the account and see real quick and be able to move on to the next item on your list. Those are the biggest things that we released in the first few iterations. This next generation of C360, what we're really focusing on is predictive analytics. So looking at things like predicting cross meters and flagging accounts for that sort of thing. Looking at predicting this person has had exceptionally high usage. Even if they're not asking about that, it's a good time to bring up that into a conversation and let's proactively address it before they get their bill. Those are some things that we're going to be looking at.
And if I can add to that, I will say that C360 probably influenced a lot of what we have or some of what we have in PowerHub, just because it was there, it was in development before PowerHub. And so a lot of the things that we found have been beneficial for our contact center and other employees who use the platform, we felt would be useful, and Power Hub as a mobile channel for our employees.
So you're just basically looking into the future every day as you do your present work. It's what I'm hearing you say. That's awesome. And there's kind of was two questions. I'm going to sort of put them together. It's whenever we do an install at a company, do we just automatically send them and sign them up for the business powered by Encore portal? And the same thing with people with My Encore alerts. Does new service automatically teach them how to install these digital tools?
So I can speak for Power by Encore. It's not an automatic registration for Power by Encore just because there's a new service. So Power by Encore, number one, is specifically for our commercial customers, so our small, medium business and our large commercial and industrial customers. We have information on Encore.com. We have social media ads, and we have our employees who are encouraging the use of that platform. So through any of those channels, our customers become aware of it. At that time, if they're interested in registering for the Power by Encore portal, they'll reach out directly to Encore, either through the portal or just through one of our employees, and we'll get them signed up that way. But it's not automatic.
Yeah, and for My Encore alerts, I think the first thing is to understand that the information we have on a customer actually gets passed to us through their retailer. So many times we don't even know, besides the rate class, what type of customer that may be. So the other thing to note with being able to proactively communicate with a customer is that because of FCC guidelines and TCPA, which is the Telecommunications Customer Protection Act, there are limitations on how we can communicate proactively with customers that do not give us explicit consent. So when customers move into our service area, similar to, as April mentioned, unless they give us like an email address and the rep decides to pass that through to us, then we will automatically enroll them in email alerts, but we can't just automatically text them. They have to sign up to be part of the program.
I did not know that. So many things. Oh, here's a great question. How can we help drum up more likes and engagement?
Share our post, share Jen's post. Hers are always really popular, the weather. If you have neighborhood areas where you're connected, a lot of neighborhoods have groups on Facebook. You may be engaged on Nextdoor as well. Promote those avenues, promote our post through those social media platforms. Encourage people to follow us so that we can continue to reach them. During storms, we're putting out valuable information. This week is actually Utility Scam Awareness Week. So we're putting out a lot of posts about that as well. That's great information to share with your neighbors.
That's great. You kind of touched on this, but here's a question. What's on the horizon for the apps? What other access will we give our customers? What are they asking for?
So our customers, they just want more transparency, right? So one of the bigger things that we've done for My Encore here recently is provide access from the Power by Encore portal into My Encore. So that's one of the bigger things that we just recently did. And then we got, as you can imagine, a lot of input from the storm about things that we could do. One of the things Amanda mentioned earlier about just the banner, just having constant information available to them about what's going on during storms, and even before we know that something is coming. So just really more communication, more transparency, and then ensuring that anything that they can access on Encore.com as far as tools, they can also access that through the My Encore app. So we have a lot coming down the pipeline. Actually just had a conversation with our group yesterday about some of those items. So just excited about what the app will look like going forward. But again, we've got a lot of recommendations from the storm for new features that we'll be working on and hopefully introducing here pretty soon.
I bet that must have been something, knowing that there were millions of people trying to tap these apps. Oh my goodness. So how do we help our customers who are digitally challenged?
It's to me, it's just communication. We're going to always have that, right? We're going to always have those who are not as inclined when it comes to technology. So it's just about our employees helping whenever they can, and then just communicating, making for us, one of the biggest things is just making our apps very intuitive. Providing job aids where we can, FAQs. We're constantly, for instance, for our Powered by Encore portal, as an example, communicating with those like our LC&I account managers and area managers, helping them, asking them to ask questions. What are the more frequent questions that they're getting so we know how to help, even providing videos. So organizational change management is a big part of any of these tools that we put out, and so our partners in those groups really help us in that area.
Yeah, and if I can add to that, Dina, a couple of things that we try to make sure that we take into account are there is a subset of any customer base that isn't very tech savvy, and maybe they don't want to engage via text message or an automated channel. So one of the things that they can do is call our contact center, or they can even go online if they're comfortable with that and sign up for our broadcast voicemail alerts. So they'll still get that information, but it's just a pre-recorded phone call that would give them updates about their power outages and all that information.
That is so good to hear. I was not aware of that. And this leads me into the last question that I have is there training for employees so that everybody can be sure and know about all of these awesome things that we have to use for ourselves and to help our customers in our neighborhoods? And that, is there some Encore training that's easy to get for all of us to keep up?
Yes, I'll start, and I'm sure it's probably very similarly answer is that, yes, we have tons of job aids, tons of FAQs, navigation guides, and I know for my Encore Power Hub and Powered by Encore for sure, and probably the other platforms, is that we are very open to doing demos, performing demos. We've done a lot of those whenever the tools were first put into operation, and we're still open to doing those. We actually have videos walking through those platforms as well. So yeah, there's a lot of information out there for our employees to be trained on how to use each of these platforms, even on how to encourage our customers to use My Encore and Powered by Encore. But if anyone is interested in a demo, we'll be happy to do that as well.
Yeah, and the same goes for P360 and some of the other technology platforms that we have. With C360, we have a short training video that's a demo that walks you through how to access the portal, which, by the way, it's on your click links on the internet. And if you have CCNB access, you can access C360, and so you can get in there and play around. But we do have some training videos. We also are always happy to do demos. And then we are actually putting together a team. And one of the things that they'll be doing is working with different work groups, getting feedback on Customer 360 and providing training so that this becomes an even better resource for them.
Oh my goodness, now people are starting to text me and say, ooh, we should get them to do that at the next Innovation Week. Just go on live and just show everybody there. So, because it just hits everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, you two, for coming out here today and talking to us and being part of Innovation Week. And thank you to everybody who joined the session. It was a big group. If you'd like to review a recording of this session or any of the other events, we'll be posting the recordings on the Innovation Week website soon. You'll be able to find the recorded sessions under the Schedule tab. Also want to congratulate the winners from yesterday's drawings for prizes. Don't forget that every session you attend, you're registered for some of the daily prizes. We're drawing them each afternoon, and they're all going to be posted out on the Innovation Week website. And then also on the Innovation Week website, be sure to go out there and click on sponsors and watch the message from Debbie Dennis about working differently. You can, it's at the top menu bar under the word sponsors. Again, thank you so much. Thank you. We will see you again soon. Thanks for all you do.